All right. Hi, what's going on, everyone? Uh, so, what we have here is my kiln is firing. Friday and Sunday, we were able to get a bunch of refires prepped to fire. This table back here, they just kind of collect them over the years. And so we went through and pulled, this whole table here was full, and we had some bins, but pieces that, maybe there was a little problem or a hiccup, and or just wasn't quite where it wanted to be. What we can do is either put a little bit more glaze on it, or we can just give it a refire. Anyways, that's what's in this kiln now, and right now we're up to 2296, 2296 degrees, and this room is smoking hot. Anyways, the kiln has been giving me a lot of problems. The breaker's been popping a lot. Anyways, this last go around we went and replaced the breaker, and so far it hasn't popped, so we're very thankful for that. But the kiln itself failed to heat around 2180 degrees. Anyways, that's not so bad because the kiln stays on and you can just keep running even with the air code. But then right around 2200 and 40 degrees, it heated too long. And that's a different problem. It actually shut the kiln off, and thankfully we were here to catch it. But since then, I've had to keep an eagle eye on this thing that it does not shut down, so that we don't have any messed up work. But I'm gonna step out of here. It's way too hot. But anyways, right now it's at 2298, and we had the kiln set for 100 degrees an hour, and it has only been firing 24 degrees an hour. So what that means is, and I had to use AI to kind of remind me, is that there's a, when you fire pottery, it's not just the temperature that matures the work, but it's time and temperature. And so it's the amount of heat work that's done on an object. And so what we have is that my target temperature was set for cone 10, which is 2345 degrees. But that is only if you're traveling at 108 degrees an hour, which is what my original programming was set to. So then whenever I jumped back, I asked AI, if you're traveling at 27 degrees an hour, then cone 10 becomes 2280, I think 2280 or 2280 something. So anyways, that is over our target temperature. So we were very fortunate to catch it. I've went ahead and continued to work the math out, because we're trying to shoot for a little bit closer to cone 11. So we're going to try to get up to about a little over 300 degrees, and traveling at 24 degrees an hour should put us closer to our target temp. So anyways, little tidbit, if any of that makes sense to you. I contacted the kiln company because this is a relatively new kiln, and it's the Viking, so it should be like a really solid workhorse, and I've had nothing but problems with it since we got it. So I went ahead and I felt like it's time to reach out to them and try to figure out if I wired it up wrong, or if maybe one of the relays or elements aren't working. We can figure out how to test that. So it just produces so much anxiety. You put so much hard work into these kilns and you just want it to work, but you're just never sure what's going to happen. And we need some good success this go around. So anyways, that's a little update. We've been working really hard. We didn't do any lives last week. We just been working on our website, and we have new bowls right here. I'll flip the camera around if the lighting works. But anyways, we just pulled some bowls out of our bin, and some of these were waiting to be cleaned up for years. They've been sitting on the table waiting to be cleaned. But look how beautiful that bowl is. Very organic lip, little in and out, and some beautiful hints of lavender. And then this one here has been sitting on the table just waiting to get cleaned up. This was, I think, my first side-fired bowl. But look how gorgeous that is. It's a black and white yellow drip. So anyways, we took these bowls and we finally got them. We got those onto our website. We've got some bins opened up. The containers are also loaded. What leftover containers we had from the first batch. This is the prototype batch. Exquisite little table desk containers. Pins, plants, any little things you want to put in it. And then also we have a batch of flower bowls that are getting ready to be loaded. I think they're already loaded. We just got to get them turned on and priced out. So anyways, a lot of changes, a lot of updates. It's just hard juggling all the different areas, so we have been kind of out of the social loop this last week. But we look forward to just diving back in, being more present, and continuing to share what we've got. Thank y'all so much for following, for being here, and for appreciating our work. Take care.